Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? It's been a while. It has. Oh, hang on a second. Let me just mute. All right, sorry about that. I've got the stream going on another phone which had the sound on. I normally have it off, so I've turned it on for some reason. Reason I don't know, but there you go. Yes, it's been a while, like I said. I think it's, well, close to a week. Possibly. No, this week Saturday. Saturday last was my last stream with ATS. So, anyway, haven't been well. Upshot of it was throwing up and stuff, so I sort of need a bit of time to recuperate. But we're back. We're back with ETS 2. The competition between this and ATS, for those unaware, the competition basically is, I'm starting off from scratch on both of them, which I did last week, which you can watch the VOD for. Both of them. The first one was a bit higgledy-piggy, which was ETS, because I knew I had to fine-tune some stuff because there's some rules I'm using and a certain gameplay style, should we say, on how I'm going to get to a goal, which I'll explain what that goal is shortly. But yeah, you can watch the VODs if you want to catch up and see what was going on, ATS and ETS, or alternatively, I think actually next week, the VODs have been chopped up into 35 to 40 minute slots, and they'll be released on YouTube. I got them scheduled to be released on, I think, the same day as I'll be streaming this, but they should be 2 weeks behind. The first lot will be 3 weeks behind because obviously I missed out on last week's one, I think. Yeah, I did actually. So, no, actually Dawson's Fair was the last one. But yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. Tuesday was the last. It's over a week and stuff. Anyway, I'm back anyway. So I suppose that's the main thing, depending. Depending on your preference. Yeah, so basically, starting from scratch, I picked a location where I'm going to be based. ETS, I think it was in Barcelona, or Madrid, actually, Madrid, and an awful place. Well, it's not an awful place. The other bit to the competition, we could turn into an awful place. And the other bit is I can only take contracts from one company only. So basically I'm contractor and employee of them, and then I've got to save up and then buy my own truck, my first truck, which I'm going to do without using a loan. That's another stipulation, is that I can't use a loan to buy my first truck. After that, I can use loans to buy other trucks for other workers and stuff like that, but trying to keep it as even as possible for both games, just to see which one I can get to basically the goal, the quickest, the first one, whatever one. So yeah, and what I've got to do is from that contract, I've got to drive it to its delivery point, and then from there I've got to find a job back to my hometown or home city in this case, either from the same company I work for or to the company I am contracted and work for. Failing that, then I've got to find, if there isn't one there, I've got to find one from my company or to a company to a location in the same country or state, depending on which game I'm playing, closest to the city as I can. I've got to make my way back to home base no matter what, with the least diversion, so it's basically go straight back there. So there are options, and for the moment, because of basically me not owning my own, actually I can't remember now. I remember talking about it last week, but I've forgotten about it. I know there was something there to do with the difference with having my own truck and this truck, but for the moment, that's the way we're going to do it. Now the goal is which I thought I'd written down. But I've got to own 100 garages and have $100 million in the bank. And that's it. That's the goal. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm trying to find out which one it is. Now, unfortunately, with there's going to be some things like, for instance, with ETS, trucks are a little more expensive. Granted, you get a little bit of more power available to you in motor power compared to ATS. I think ATS goes, the highest it goes is 600 and something brake horsepower, where these ones you can go up to 750, I think is the highest with the Volvo. So I'm going to try and make it so all the trucks I buy are around the same or exactly the same price, and they've got to have their bits and pieces on it with tyres and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're in the middle of a job, I believe, because that's what it says here. Quick job is in progress. I think, actually, yes. I ended the stream early for this last week because of the location of the company I decided to go with is in such a terrible place. It's hard to get out of onto the road. It's on a side street, so it's hard to also get out of the side street onto the main road. And then the first thing you come across is a roundabout, which I had twice on the first stream. Got stuck there. The first time was because a motorbike had toppled over and the traffic was there and the game didn't go, well, you know what, let's just get rid of that so we can keep things going. I had to restart the game. And then at the end of it, the same sort of thing happened. There was a big traffic jam on the roundabout, but there was no accident this time, and it was just sitting there, and I just, too close to the end time, so I thought, no, I'll just end it there instead of reloading the game again. So hopefully we can get around and not have any of those issues with those roundabouts. Well, that roundabout in particular. And we can get on and do what we need to do. So I think, get the feeling, when I hit drive, we're going to end up at the roundabout. Now, loading's going to take a little while, which is good. I can finish my coffee then, or get some of it in, at least. Oh, here we go. That was a bit quicker than I thought. And it's raining. I'm going to need some lights. I'm going to need some window wipers. I'm going to need some gears. I've got to remember which gears are which now for my steering wheel. Alright, and I've got to put the coffee down. Let's get on trucking. Why isn't that going into gear? Now it is, okay. How bizarre. Oh, okay, I've jumped right up. What, a 13th gear? How many gears does this have? Alright. Sorry, couldn't get to the mute quick enough. Anyway, keep left. Yeah, so I'm just trying to remember my splitter settings. It changes with the trucks. I actually talked about that, the silliness of how it's set up. Last two streams on both ATS and ETS. I'm not going to go through it again, but for size is to say, I've got to figure out how many gears the truck's got, so I know which button to press to change into the right gears, because obviously with my shifter I've only got 6 gears, and some of these have 12 up to 18 gears depending on the game in the truck. Alright, we're on our way. I'm going to stay in 13th gear. So how many gears does this have? Does it have a 14th? It does. Let me in, sunshine. It's not ideal to have my cup there. I can't see if anyone's chatting away.
Keep right, and then exit right.
What speed am I doing?
Exit right.
It was a little closer. No, I'm just still trying to sort out my gears and stuff, actually. It's just really confusing.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Keep right and then exit right.
Exit right.
Okay. Well, you're the GPS. I'm just the person following it. Right, now I normally don't have that on, and I normally don't have those on. Oh, actually, I might have had those on because that was the last view I was in. I alternate during the trips. Actually, I do need this on because, anyway, due to... You gonna let me in? Yep, no one there anyway. No GPS on the dashboard. Alright, so yeah, but I think the mirrors are up. The only time the mirrors are up is because I was in this view right here. Now I alternate between this view and the cabin view. Let me see if that's going to be... No, that's 15th, 13th. There's a 15th gear. I'm awfully confused. Am I in ATS or ETS? Jeepers. Let me in. Don't be Yeah, so I'll do a trip in this view, say to when I need to sleep or I get to the delivery point, and then switch over to the cabin view. Don't you pull out. I've got to figure out the shifter settings on this. And I've got to remember, things are a lot closer than they appear when you're in this view as well. Try to have my coffee at the same time as driving. Now 90 kilometers an hour. 90 kilometers an hour is what the goal is. I go for 92 because I know I can get away without being given a ticket. At 92 kilometers an hour. 93 on the other hand, different story. Looked away a bit, in case you might have noticed. Got rammed into the median there or whatever it is. So, there's been news stirring in the SCS trucking sim sphere. In case you haven't heard, there's a good chance multiplayer's coming to the game. At the moment, the only way to play multiplayer is with Truckers MP, which is not associated to the game. It's a standalone thing, which you sign up to, and then you go trucking all around with ETS and ATS with a bunch of people from all around the world, which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes is a bad thing. I mean, for a start, you can go off and truck around with your mates, or you can meet people there. I know people got sort of companies as well, and they ask you to join, and if you so choose to. Why isn't there? Oh, weird. Okay, had my foot down, but it wasn't working. I've done it again. I've got to put my cup right where the chat is. Yeah, well, basically, and you can go around. Things I didn't like about it was you always got people there that are going to try and ram into you and cost you tons of money, but fortunately they've got an insurance type thing with Truckers MP for that thing, so if you end up crashing or someone crashes into you, the repair cost is covered by mostly, I think, not all of it, mostly is by insurance, which I like. I think that should be in the game. Insurance costs and premiums and whatnot. There's also no traffic on the Truckers MP, so when you're driving around, like you'd be here, like if I was coming through here on Truckers MP, hello. There'll be no cars or anything on the road, so it can be awfully lonely sometimes in Truckers MP, depending on when you go on. Generally when I'm on, the one, most people are asleep or use it. So, and bottom of the planet, a heck of a ping as well, which always makes it interesting. So, I did press it, okay. Yeah, but anyway, they are now testing multiplayer function for the game, SCSs. You can have up to 8 friends with you, 8 players on their multiplayer. There is traffic. I need to sneak in here. Can I sneak in? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you'll have traffic.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Which is a bonus, as far as I'm concerned. You also can go when you go and get a delivery. Let's see if I get this right. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it's that set up. When you go and get a delivery with your friends and stuff, so you go off and you get your delivery, once you got your delivery, your friends get the option to be able to take the same delivery. So like for instance what I'm taking now, which is the Striker MGS. I'm guessing I've got some form of military type stuff on. Then even though it's a Jazzy Cab, I'm using it as an example, of course. When your friends go in to the window for the contracts list of that company, they will have the same option to be able to take the same delivery to the same place, which is fantastic. Because in Truckers MP, you got to try and get the same. Well, you try and get the same delivered to the same town. First of all, you got to meet up, which is also a pain, because you got to have your garage in the same area. I don't know how that's going to work on the MP actually. I did watch a video on it. I should have paid more attention. It might have been mentioned. But yeah, and then because you don't have that function of being able to have the option to get the same delivery to the same place, you often, it's with friends, you often spend a lot of time trying to find a delivery to the same town, city, or if not, then somewhere closer, and we all go on a convoy and they drop them off and then try and find another one to the same place you're going. And when you've got a few people, it's sometimes, I mean, it's alright, it's a bit of a convoy and stuff, but sometimes it's just be not, well, most of the time it'd be nice just to get onto the road and head to your destination. So, which is a function that they've put in. Now, this multiplayer, I know, is a work in progress. It's highly experimental at the moment. So, I'm not going to say it's 100% guaranteed that they're bringing it. They're currently testing it. SES didn't even release any sort of notification or announcements about it. What they did is they posted something in their forum and they wanted to keep it hush-hush because they wanted to be able to test it with just not too many people. But I think that's probably gone down the gurgler, considering I found out about it watching a YouTuber who is probably the most well-known trucking sim YouTuber, Twitch streamer there is, and he posted a video about it. So because you can actually do it now. You can actually play the multiplayer now. It's on an experimental branch which you've got to activate in Steam. There's a code you've got to enter in which is on the forums. You just got to find it. And once you enter the code and you're in version 1.41 and be able to play multiplayer with your friends. But they do stress it's experimental. They highly recommend you back up your save games, your profiles. You won't be able to go back to 1.4 after you've gone to 1.41. And you can play multiplayer provided everyone you're playing with has the exact same content as the maps, and either I can't remember, Cargo's the other one. It was Cargo. Maps and Cargo DLCs. I was thinking it was cabin accessories or something else the other day. I was talking to Mr. Ducks already about it the other day actually. I thought it was that, but no, it's actually cargo packs. Cargo packs and the same map DLCs. If you do not, you cannot join it. Now, if you do have someone that you're friends with that has maybe a map that you don't have, or vice versa, what you can do to be able to play with each other is the person with the least amount of DLCs, if they become the host, then everyone else can join them, even though they've got DLCs that person don't have, as long as you've got the same DLCs. But like I said, if you become the host and you've got DLCs and you want your friends to join and they don't have the same DLCs, then you can't do it, and you cannot deactivate the DLCs either once you've started. So if you go on, you got a map, so you got all the maps here, and then someone says, "Oh, I haven't got this map here," and you go, "Oh, well, that's all right. I'll go in and disable it." It will not disable it. Once you've started a multiplayer save, from what I gather, you're stuck with those DLCs that you've selected. So, and that's all the information I currently know about the multiplayer. I'm hoping it's going to be a success. I'm saying there's probably a 90% chance that they will release it. I know they're working on synchronization issues at the moment, just to do with the weather and stuff like that. But yeah, it's there. It's you're able to access it. You're able to get it up and running. Hey, Northern Gamer. Hey, you buddy. I've been alright, mate. A little sick. That's why I haven't been around for a couple of, well, over a week actually. But yeah, apart from that, everything's okay. What about yourself, mate? Really good to see you here. I saw you posting when I got up this morning. I saw you chatting away in old Thrift Court for a while there. And I see you having a problem with the glyphs. Now, you've always had a problem with the glyphs, eh? I went and checked and double make sure that your permissions are fine and you've got the same permissions as everyone else in the Great Book of Names. So I have no idea why you can't post a GIF in Thrift Court. It is totally beyond me. But yeah, apart from that, how you been?
Get ready to turn left. Reroute.
What do you mean rerouting? I must have gone the wrong side.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
That was at 10:30. I thought it was earlier than that for you guys. I know the daylight saving and everything else, but I didn't realise it was that much of a difference. You just pop up. So you just heard me talking about the multiplayer that could be possibly coming to the ATS and ETS then. Where do I get in this house? Yeah, that's a recruiting. Yeah, good. Where do I get into this place? It is around there. I'll get rid of those because I'll be in cab for the next part of the deliveries or whatever I'm doing. I heard some of it. Well, it's currently being tested. You can if you go into the forums for SCS, there's a forum there where they posted about the multiplayer, and you can activate it. Is this it here? This has got to be. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and you can actually go on there and multiplayer thing now. You just have to choose to go into an experimental branch in Steam. On the forum is a code to be able to enable the experimental branch of it. Come on, there we go. And you can play away. Yeah, man. Well, I've actually been sitting there, and every time I was playing Black Ops and I'd see you online sometimes and stuff like that, I was just thinking, you know, I actually thought about you and thought, get together and maybe play a bit of Black Ops or something like that. Maybe a bit of zombies, or as in Black Ops Zombies, not 7 Days to Die, for those that realise it. Me and Mr. Northern Gaming there. Well, we're part of a Discord channel with Mr. Frithgar, as I've always mentioned on there. And we played a lot of Truckers MP together and had a bit of a blast on that. We played 7 Days to Die together. We've trying to think what else we played together. Well, Farming Sim, obviously. Now, I've just forgotten where I've delivered to. Ain't that a kicker? Valencia. That's where it was, because I definitely know I hadn't been there last week. Division 2, yes, which I haven't gone back to for a while. I've just been playing Black Ops all the time, and I've sort of finished on that one now. Alright, so we're in Valencia. Now, as the rules I've stated try that again. As the rules I've stated to myself. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, well, you even welcome. Oh, hang on. I'm just thinking Sunday, which is your Saturday, isn't it? And Monday is your Sunday. If you got the off all weekend, you're quite welcome to come and join me, Smudo, and Patrio, and possibly Panda if he can bother getting himself out of bed. The lazy beggar. You know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no excuse. With me farming some stream if you want. Let me know. I'll give you a link to the Discord. And if you want to join in, and then I'll give you a link to all the mods. Actually, it's quite a big mod pack, I have to warn you. I think it's about 4 gigs or something. But you're quite welcome to do that. Otherwise, when I'm not streaming in the morning or something like that, yeah, for sure, mate. Just DM me. I know I've been a bit reclusive lately. Got a lot going on and stuff like that, so I haven't been as active as I used to be on the old Discord. So yeah, but I'll be keen for sure, man. Yeah, absolutely sure. So as I was saying, I'm in, where am I? I'm somewhere in Spain. Let's go with that. We'll narrow it down from there. It's my Sundays and my Mondays, which I believe will be your Saturday and your Sunday. Now, the times are the same as for me streaming. If you go to my schedule page, it should give you your